Italy is a dream destination filled with stunning artwork, tons of history, and some of the best food on the planet, but it also has some of the worst crowds. Planning an itinerary that hits all the best spots can be tricky, but we've got you covered. We're Karin and Jeremy, and we're taking a deep dive into Italy, showing you how to spend 2 full weeks exploring this incredible country. We'll get away from the crowds in Venice, Florence, and Rome by exploring local neighborhoods and uncovering hidden gems. Then we're heading south to relax on the Amalfi Coast. We're kicking off our adventure with 1 day in Venice, getting away from the crowds of the Rialto by exploring the Dorsoduro neighborhood, and even showing you how to save money on a gondola ride. Then we have 2 days to explore Florence. We unlock the beauty of the Oltrarno and admire incredible artwork in unexpected places. Next up, Rome. We wander around the charming Trastevere neighborhood and discover some hidden gems you have to add to your bucket list. After the hustle and bustle of the big cities, we head to the Amalfi Coast for incredible views and a slice of La Dolce Vita, where we explore Positano, Capri, Ravello, and Amalfi. Then we cap off our 2-week itinerary with a day in the fashion capital of Milan. Of course, no trip to Italy would be complete without indulging in the incredible food scene. We're eating cicchetti in Venice, paninis and bistecca in Florence, pasta and trapezzini in Rome, plus as much gelato as we can handle. Whether you're planning your dream trip or you're just here for fun, consider this your ultimate guide to 2 weeks in Italy. Just like all of our trips, we paid for this ourselves. We have regular full-time jobs, and every train ticket, every hotel stay, and every delicious panini was paid for with our hard-earned money, so you can trust that you're getting our honest opinions. This is your complete guide to spending 2 weeks in Italy, and our hope is that by the end, you'll be ready to book your own trip. So grab a snack and get comfy. We're starting off in Venice.
Good morning from Venice. It feels so great to be back.
Absolutely. We've already seen some of the top things to see and do in Venice, so today we're going to try and escape the crowds, get off the beaten path, and explore some hidden gems in the Dorsoduro area. We only have 1 day to do it, so let's get going. Our first stop is the Ponte dell'Accademia. It's the gateway to the Dorsoduro, and it's a beautiful view overlooking the Grand Canal. The Ponte dell'Accademia is one of only 4 bridges that cross the Grand Canal. The original bridge was built in 1854 using steel, but then it was replaced by a temporary wooden bridge in 1933. Venetians loved the wooden design so much they kept it around. The current bridge was rebuilt in 1986, and it's also a fantastic spot for photos. Venice is a city built for the senses, and the best way to experience it is on foot. It's in the texture of the salt-worn brick and the cool shade of a narrow alleyway. When you slow down to the pace of a walk, the city opens up. You find the secret Venice, the quiet corners, the local art shops, and the views that no postcard can quite capture. In a world that's always rushing, there's something beautiful about a place where the only way forward is 1 step at a time. Walking is the best way to explore the Dorsoduro neighborhood. It's so beautiful here. I love exploring Venice.
Behind me is Square di San Travaso, one of the few remaining shipyards where they work on maintaining gondolas. If you're lucky, you can see them doing some work, but it's a Sunday morning, so they aren't doing it right now. It's pretty cool to see.
Square di San Travaso dates back to the 17th century, and it's one of the last remaining shipyards in Venice. The wooden building looks like a mountain chalet, and that's because the wood originally used to make the gondolas came from the Italian Alps. Our next stop was going to be the Church of San Travaso, but it's a Sunday and the church is closed. We came all the way here and just realized that. So maybe don't try and go sightseeing at churches on Sundays. From what I've seen online, this church is really pretty inside and a great stop on your Venice Dorsoduro itinerary. We can't go inside, so we'll save this for our next time in Venice. Let's go find something else. One really cool thing about exploring this area is just how few tourists there are.
Venice has its own Banksy right on the side of a canal.
Not far from Banksy is Chiesa di San Pantalone, and don't let its modest exterior fool you, because it is beautiful inside. We can't show you video inside because you're not allowed to film, but you are allowed to take photos, and we did just that. The Church of San Pantalone has been around for centuries, but the exact date is unclear. Behind the unfinished facade sits one of the best hidden gems in Venice. The BBC even called it one of the 10 best ceilings in the world. The ceiling is not a fresco. It's painted on canvas, and it's one of the largest canvas paintings in the world at 443 square meters. We are in Campo Santa Margherita. This area is near the university, so there's a lot of activity going on, a lot of buzz, a lot of great restaurants surrounding the Campo, and it's a great place to find a shady bench and people watch. We found a place that serves cicchetti for lunch, and we got a selection. Most of them look really good. One of them is maybe a little questionable. That's Jeremy's. But I think I'll try the bacala. That's very good. For the cicchetti, we have bacala that I just tried. We have a fungi with truffles. We have a salami and artichoke. We have salmon. We have a mortadella and pesto. And then we have a little octopus. And to wash it all down, we have some aperol spritzes. And this one is really well done. Oh yeah, that's good.
Now I'm going to try the questionable one in Karin's opinion, but the delicious one in my opinion. It's the octopus one. You can even see all the legs, but I think we're going to eat it by the head. Wow, that's actually pretty good. A nice red sauce on there covers up the fishiness of the octopus.
Yeah, he might have liked it, but it's not convincing me. We're just outside the Dorsoduro neighborhood, and we've come to Basilica di Santa Maria Gloriosa dei Frari. That is a bit of a mouthful. This church is massive. It was consecrated in 1492, and it has some really impressive works of art here. There are a couple by Titian as well. The Frari Church took over 100 years to build, and it's one of only 3 churches in the city that retained its Venetian Gothic appearance. It's absolutely massive inside and filled with some incredible works of art, including Titian's masterpiece, The Assumption of the Virgin, which hangs over the high altar, and another of his paintings, the Pesaro Madonna, hangs in a chapel.
Our next stop brings us back to the Grand Canal to the Basilica Santa Maria della Salute.
This church was built as an offering to the Virgin Mary for delivering the city from a devastating plague that passed through Venice in 1630, which killed nearly 1/3 of the population. It's a true marvel of engineering because of its location at the entrance to the Grand Canal. It sits on a foundation of over 1 million wooden piles that were driven deep into the mud. Well, that was a pretty cool church to see. It had a huge central rotunda, and there is a cupola that you can go up to. It doesn't seem like it's always open.
Nope.
So we didn't go. A fun way to get across the Grand Canal is to take a traghetto. It's like a gondola, but you don't have to pay 80 euros for it. We paid 2 euros per person and had a really fun ride. The downside is that you might have to wait in a long line. We spent the evening enjoying Venice after dark. Day 2 started with a train ride to Florence and some delicious paninis. We came to El Antico Vinaio to try their famous sandwiches, and we have two to try. We've got the favolosa and the paradiso. I'm gonna try the paradiso. It's got mortadella, pistachio cream, stracciatella cream, and crushed up pistachios as well. And it's on schiacciata, which is a very delicious looking bread. Oh yeah, I bet I'm messy, but it's worth it. Oh my gosh, that is so good. The pistachio cream is a little bit salty, the cheese is very creamy, and the meat is perfectly savory. This is a great combo and a perfect sandwich.
And I'm going to try the favolosa, another one of their very popular sandwiches. It's got salami, pecorino cream, artichoke cream, and spicy eggplant. Looks very good, smells very good. Let's give it a try. Wow, that bread is just so fresh, so creamy from that pecorino cream. And the salami, you can't find it any better than in Italy. Good morning from Florence. Today we're going to be exploring the Oltrarno neighborhood.
This area has a lot of cool things going for it, including beautiful gardens, charming piazzas, wine windows, and a lot of fun street art. So let's get going. Our first stop is the Foto Automatica. There's one in the Oltrarno neighborhood, and it's a fun vintage photo booth. We put €2 in and you get to take 4 poses, and then it prints out the actual photos for you. We got our photos. They look so fun. Well, that was a pretty cool experience. We had a lot of fun taking photos there.
Oh yeah.
But be prepared to wait a little while.
Yeah, there may be a line, or people like to take a lot of photos, and then it takes about 4.5 minutes for the photos to print.
Yeah, because they're printing using an actual darkroom and chemical process. It's not just instant print paper. But they are really cool. When they come out, though, be careful because they can be wet. Let them fully dry before you let them touch anything. We actually had to take photos again because we realized that we put it in our bag immediately and it got stuck and ruined, which is really, really unfortunate. Otherwise, it was so much fun. Now we're heading to the Boboli Gardens. Let's go. We've made it to the Boboli Gardens. Tickets were €10 per person, and this place is so much fun to explore. We've already seen a grotto with Adam and Eve inside, and now right behind me is Le Fontane dell'Amore, which is a fountain of love. This place kind of reminds me of the Gardens of Versailles. It's just so much fun to explore. This place is ridiculous. Like, we are in this crazy hedge walkway right now. They have to be like 20 feet tall. This is insane. Oh, I love it. It's a little bit like potentially creepy, kind of like The Shining vibes. Maybe that's just because it's a very overcast, kind of stormy day right now. But I don't know, it's giving me chills. I'm so happy to be here. It's really magical.
At 11 acres, the Boboli Gardens are huge, and they were originally built for the sole use of the Medici family. That's very extravagant. But in 1766, they were opened up to the public. It's a really fun place to explore, and it has great views of the city.
We've made our way all the way to the top of the Boboli Gardens, and there is a beautiful rose garden up here with epic views overlooking the countryside. It is stunning. There's even a castle on the hill. Well, the Boboli Gardens sure was fun, but we're getting a little bit rained on, so we're gonna try and find some cover. Maybe go to Santo Spirito. A short walk from the Boboli Gardens and the Pitti Palace, we've made our way to Piazza Santo Spirito. This is a charming piazza, and it's actually one of the greenest piazzas in Florence. It's a great way to escape the sun. Not really a problem today. There's plenty of overcast skies, so we are not dying of heat. But this would be a nice place to catch a break and people watch for a little while. Right behind me is the Church of Santo Spirito, and don't let its plain exterior fool you. The interior of the church is pretty impressive. The church was designed by Filippo Brunelleschi. He's the same guy that designed the dome of the Duomo. He also designed the Church of San Lorenzo, so there are some similarities there as well. There's a sculpture of the crucifixion that Michelangelo did when he was 17, and he donated it to the church because they allowed him to experiment on dead bodies. To learn more about the mechanics of how they work. So it was his way of thanking the church. For lunch today, we stopped by a place called Gusto Panino. They actually have the famous pizza shop, Gusto Pizza. They also have a panini place. We got a couple of sandwiches to try. This one, oh, it smells amazing. It's got fennel sausage, it's got truffle and honey on schiacciata. This looks really good. Gotta find the perfect bite. I feel like it's like right in the center, but then I'm gonna get all greasy. Here we go. Oh yeah, immediately yes. It's sweet from the honey, salty, savory, truffly. This is so good.
Well, the second sandwich we got is a little more basic. Looks like just salami and some pecorino cheese, but it smells amazing and it's nice and warm. Wow, even though that's pretty basic ingredients, they are all just so good. That bread is nice and warm, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and the meat and cheese are just perfect. These sandwiches are making me thirsty, so let's go get a drink.
So we came to Babe and got some wine from a wine window. Cheers. Ooh, that's pretty good. It was only €8 for this. These are plastic cups. You could choose to pay €5 extra, keep the cup if you want to. Otherwise, you just stick it back in the hole where you got it.
The use of wine windows began during the plague. People still wanted their wine, but they didn't want to spread infection. Originally, there were hundreds across the city. There's still a few that are functioning, and there was a resurgence during COVID when kind of a similar situation happened. And the way it works is they have a little menu on the outside. You decide what you want, and when you're ready, you pull a little bell on the inside of the window. They come and get your order. With this one, you pay with card only, and then you get your drink, and when you're all done, you put your glass back in the window. There's also a basket across the street where you can return your used glasses.
The Oltrarno is known for having a lot of artisan shops and galleries, and you can also see a ton of street art here. So it's really fun to walk around and explore and pop into fun little shops that you might happen upon. One of the popular street artists that you might encounter in Florence is someone named Clet. His art is all over the world. A lot of it is in France, but he's done stuff a lot in Florence and Italy, also in many other parts of the world. So you might have seen it and you might not even realize it. He has these fun twists on common street signs that you might see around Florence, and he has a studio, and we're gonna pop in and see what it's all about.
Our last stop in the Oltrarno is Piazzale Michelangelo for some great views of the city. Let's go check it out.
Our route to Piazzale Michelangelo is taking us through the Giardino della Rosa, and it is beautiful. If you can't make it all the way up to Piazzale Michelangelo, this is a great second option, and the views are fantastic.
We made it to the top of Piazzale Michelangelo.
It was a steep climb, but absolutely worth it because the views here are incredible.
Oh yeah.
This piazza is a perfect place to come for sunset. There's not going to be much of a sunset view tonight, I think. It's raining on us, the clouds are rolling in, but this is a fantastic place to come for that. There's a lot of vendors up here. There is actually car parking, and a lot of people are getting dropped off in taxis and buses, so that's another option if you're not able to make the climb up here. There's a lot of live music, so it's a great place to just hang out and people watch and relax. There's also a replica statue of David up here, which is kind of fun, a little bit random, but it is the symbol of Florence, so I guess it makes sense.
Good morning from Florence.
Today we're visiting some of the top sites in Florence that are perfect once you've already visited the museums and the Duomo. We're going to visit some impressive churches.
We'll see a Renaissance pharmacy.
And eat some really good food. It should be a great day, so stick around. Our first stop is the Church of Santa Maria Novella. It actually shares a name with the train station in Florence because it's really close. The exterior of the church is beautiful and covered in marble, and it was added around 1460, so it's been around for quite a while. This church features a few optical illusions and some pretty impressive art, so we're gonna go check it out. So inside the nave, there's an optical illusion. The columns lining the center actually get shorter and converge, making this look much longer than it actually is. That's pretty cool. Inside the church, there's some really impressive art. The cross behind me is from Giotto, created around 1300. There's also a cross by Brunelleschi in here, and there's works by Botticelli, Lippi, and a bunch of other famous Renaissance artists. So this place is filled with art.
The church has some very impressive artwork. It's fun to see the art in the place where it was painted. That's one of the reasons that we like to go into churches, because you just get to see so much history. And don't skip the gift shop, because it's a very stunning gift shop, and they've got a lot of cool things to buy. And just outside they have a nice courtyard with some very impressive cypress trees. They are huge.
We just finished up at the Santa Maria Novella Church, and it was insane. I don't think either of us was fully prepared for how incredible this church is. I can't believe that we've been to Florence like 6 times, and we have never gone to this church. This church is an absolute must-see in Florence. It completely blew us away. The inside is filled with so much art. It's incredible, and it just keeps going and going. There are tons of different cloisters, absolutely decorated with frescoes. It's truly incredible and an absolute must-see if you come to Florence.
But now we're going to try something a little more up my alley. We're going to go to what's considered the world's oldest pharmacy. The Officina Profumo Farmaceutica di Santa Maria Novella was founded in 1221. That's pretty old.
That's pretty old. It's been operating for over 800 years, so they must be doing a thing or two right.
It's a very successful business.
Yeah, let's go check it out. In the 1200s, this started as a place where they were just cultivating herbs next to the church, where they would use it in medicines and balms. And now they're very popular for their fragrances. Their perfumes are famous, they have beautiful candles, and the place in general is just stunning and worth your visit, even if you don't buy anything. Well, I just couldn't help myself, and I had to get a little something. I picked up their most popular scent. It's bright, it's citrusy, and it's really nice. Also, if you want to buy something here, don't forget your passport so you can get the tax-free discount. Now let's go explore another church, the Church of the Medici, Church of San Lorenzo. We've made our way over to the Church of San Lorenzo. Like I said earlier, this is the family church of the Medici. It is stunning. It's got Renaissance arches. The interior was designed by Brunelleschi. He also designed the interior of the Church of Santo Spirito, so there's a lot of similarities going on here. It's really cool to be in here. Not a lot of this church has changed since it was built. This is what it was like to go to church in the 1420s. It's pretty nice. If you look around the church, you will see a lot of the Medici coat of arms. You see that a lot around Florence as well, Tuscany broadly. The coat of arms is the 6 balls on a shield. They represent the little pills, even though the Medici were bankers. So, but the name Medici, medicine, so I guess pills is their logo. The exterior of the church is fairly plain. There were plans for an ornate marble facade, but the Pope at the time, who happened to also be a Medici, kind of put the nix on that. Aside from the church that was designed by Brunelleschi, there are also some other famous artists represented here. There's a fresco by Filippo Lippi and bronze doors by Donatello.
Well, it's been a great morning, but we've worked up a real appetite, so let's go find something to eat.
Absolutely. I think we're going to head to the Central Market. It's really close to San Lorenzo. Let's go.
Now we've come to Bambi Trippa e Lampredotto to get their Lampredotto sandwich. It's in the Central Market. They've been in business since 1890. And Lampredotto is cow's stomach, specifically the 4th stomach of the cow. It's not for everyone. It can be not so great if you're not a texture kind of person like Karin. But for me, it's okay. Especially with the spice, it's very tasty. So let's give it a try. This looks delicious. So tender. Not even that bad texturally, honestly. So much flavor. They put several different sauces on there. This is so good, so savory. A little bit of spice. It's actually not terribly spicy. A little herby. I'm loving this.
All right, Jeremy's already had several bites and he says he loves it. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm a little more skeptical because I have a hesitancy towards cow stomach, but we'll try it anyways. You know what? That's actually really good. I was hesitant, but it's not chewy at all. It's like perfectly tender. It has a little bit of a kick to it that is really good. It has a great savory flavor to it with a little bit of a kick. I actually really like this, and we might actually be sharing this. I thought Jeremy was going to have it all to himself, but we're actually going to share. That sandwich was good, but it wasn't enough for 2 people, so we came to another spot in the Central Market, and we got a meat and cheese plate that we are going to share. This looks incredible. We've got like maybe 4 different meats, plus tomatoes, artichoke, olives, and some cheese. I can't wait to dig in. We got some glasses of wine. I'm going to build myself a teeny tiny little bread. Oh my gosh. This is going to be incredible. That is so good. Seriously, there is nothing wrong with the meat and cheese plate. You really can't go wrong. This is a fantastic second stop here. Lunch was really good, but I think we're feeling like a little bit of dessert, so we're gonna go find some gelato. We came to Edoardo, right next to the Duomo, for some gelato. They have some very good gelato. We've actually had it before. I got the gianduia and canela. Gianduia is chocolate hazelnut, so it's like Nutella. And canela means cinnamon. Let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh, it's so cinnamony. This would be perfect for like a holiday dessert for sure. Perfect on some like apple pie at Thanksgiving or something. Let's see what Jeremy has. What did you get?
I got pistachio and dark chocolate. Pistachio is definitely one of my favorite flavors. Let's give it a try. Nice and salty, such a fresh flavor.
Don't hold your cone sideways like that. You're going to drop your gelato.
That dark chocolate really hits the spot.
So why is your pistachio not super green like sometimes you see it?
So I think we all know that pistachios aren't actually dark, like a dark green color. So if you see it natural color like this, it means it's good.
Welcome to our hotel room in Florence. We are staying at a hotel that is right on the Piazza di San Lorenzo. The location is amazing, but the view is even better. Let's take a quick tour and then I'll show you the view. This is the bedroom area. Obviously, nice big bed. On either side of the bed, we have closets and there's a mini bar and safe in there. Over here, we have a desk area with a little coffee station. Please ignore the mess. We've been here a couple days already, and we clearly very much love peach tea. TV, it works. And then in here, we've got the bathroom. And this bathroom is as big, basically as big as the room itself. It's huge. Like, seriously, you could have a party in here. It'd be a strange party, but you could have it. We've got a toilet, a bidet, a sink, and probably the biggest shower that we've ever had in Italy, or maybe even Europe as a whole. It's pretty massive. Even the bathroom has a view. We are looking out right onto the Piazza of San Lorenzo with the Basilica of San Lorenzo right there. It's absolutely incredible, and we even have a partial Duomo view. Of all the places we've stayed in Florence, this might be one of the best. Well, we made a pit stop at our hotel to drop off some of the things we bought at the Central Market, and now we've made our way to the Church of Santa Croce. It's one of Florence's biggest and oldest churches. This church is so impressive inside. It's 375 feet long, and it has tombs of some of the most famous Florentines in history, including Galileo, Machiavelli, Michelangelo, Rossini. It also has a memorial to Dante. He wrote some work that at the time was a little controversial, and it actually got him banned from Florence, which is why it's not a tomb for him, it's a memorial. Afterwards, they realized that he's actually pretty important here. So they gave him a memorial in the church. Let's go buy our tickets and head inside. We know what you're thinking. Another church, really? In Italy, it's easy to get cathedral fatigue, but here's the secret that seasoned travelers know. You don't have to be religious or even a history buff to get lost in these beautiful spaces. The museums in Florence, like the Uffizi, are incredible, but they strip the art away from its home. Here, the art is in situ. It was commissioned for these exact walls, meant to be seen under this specific light hundreds of years ago. When you walk into a place like this, you aren't just looking at a painting, you're standing in a living time capsule. You get to see the Renaissance exactly where it happened, without the velvet ropes, the audio guides, or the crowds fighting for a selfie. It's the closest thing we have to actual time travel, and honestly, it's the most peaceful way to experience the real soul of Florence. This church is so incredible, and it's so ridiculous how many famous Florentines, Italians, world history people are here right in this church. Don't forget to look up because the ceiling and the stained glass windows are stunning. And don't forget to look down because you might miss some famous people buried right below. I mean, Ghiberti is right there. He designed the doors to the baptistry of the Duomo. You can find some pretty famous names here. Keep an eye out for Rossini and Donatello. If you're nerds like us, try to find Fermi. There's also Machiavelli, Da Vinci, Galileo, Michelangelo, and Dante.
It was fun exploring Santa Croce.
And right behind Santa Croce is another can't-miss experience in Florence, the Scuola del Cuoio. The Scuola del Cuoio, or School of Leather, was opened after World War II as a way to give orphans of the war a practical trade. And ever since then, it has thrived, seeing clients from all over the world, including very famous people like Robert Downey Jr. and now us. Let's go explore. Everything here is handmade and the craftsmanship is incredible, but so are the prices, so be prepared. Even if you don't buy anything, it's fun just to look. Well, I may or may not have just bought something, and the good news is you can go get it personalized. Let's do that. You get to choose what stamps you want. You can have a crest if you want to, and you can choose the size of lettering and what you want stamped on it. I got my initials, and I think it's so cool. So we just got done at the School of Leather, Scuola del Cuoio. It's a really unique experience that you can have in Florence, and I did pick something up. I got a cute little miniature wallet purse thing. It came with a chain. And then we got it personalized, so that was really cool.
It was a fun process to watch.
We are not done yet. We still have dinner, so we will see you there. We've come to Trattoria dell'Oste for dinner, which is on the world's 101 best steakhouse list. We've ordered their bistecca alla fiorentina, and we're waiting on that. We've ordered a set menu, and it comes with starters. Let's get started with some bruschetta. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's a perfect way to start a meal.
Well, it's time for the main event. We got the bistecca alla fiorentina, the famous steak from Florence. Look at that. Still steaming. It just melts in your mouth. All it's seasoned with is salt, and that's all you need. It is perfect. And it even goes great with the Chianti. Perfect combination.
All right, I'm gonna give it a try. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It makes me so happy. We have seen and done some of the top things in Florence, and we are so tired and so full. Day 5 was a relaxed transit day from Florence to Rome. We kept our day simple with no plans and used the time to settle in.
Good morning from Rome. Today we're going to explore the Trastevere neighborhood.
We're gonna hit up some churches, eat some delicious food, and just explore this charming neighborhood. If you've seen anything about Trastevere online, you know that it's filled with beautiful alleys, vine-covered buildings, and just a whole ton of charm. So let's get out and explore.
Our first stop is the Basilica di Santa Maria in Trastevere. It is one of Rome's oldest churches and was designated as a basilica in the 4th century. That's pretty old. It's also possibly the first church in Rome to be dedicated to the Virgin Mary. Also, the facade is covered in stones, many of which were catacomb burial niches. That's pretty unique. Let's go check out the inside.
The Basilica of Santa Maria in Trastevere is often credited with being the first official place of Christian worship in Rome, with the foundation dating back to the 3rd century. Stepping inside, you're hit with incredible art and decorations added throughout the centuries. The granite columns lining the nave were scavenged from the ancient Roman baths of Caracalla, and the glittering mosaics date back to the 12th century and are some of the best examples of Byzantine art in all of Italy. The church was super cool to explore. It was insanely beautiful inside. There were also a lot of people doing artwork of the ceiling inside. But now we are going to our next stop, and it's a bit of a hike. Let's go.
It is so magical here. We're just exploring. These are just random streets. It is stunning. We highly recommend walking around the Trastevere neighborhood.
Let's hope we don't run into too many of these stairs.
There were more stairs.
We've made our way up to the Fontana dell'Acqua Paolo. It's like Trastevere's own Trevi fountain. It is beautiful and much, much less busy than the actual Trevi fountain. Although, as you can see behind me, it's got traffic passing by and quite a few photo shoots going on. It also has a stunning, stunning view overlooking Rome. The Fontana dell'Acqua Paola is also known as Il Fontanone, or the Big Fountain, and was built in the early 1600s to mark the end of the Acqua Paola aqueduct that helped bring water to the neighborhood. This fountain also served as the inspiration for the Trevi fountain, so you might notice a few similarities. If you want beautiful fountain views without the chaos or the crowds, this is the place to be. We had so much fun at this fountain, taking photos and really enjoying the scenery. It is a great place to be. We have really worked up an appetite, so we're gonna go find some lunch. We've come to Trapezzino for lunch, and I've got the play wine special. Gonna try some 3 wines with lunch. That's a nice one. We've ordered some Trapezzino and supli. Our food has arrived, and we basically got the specials of the day. I've got the coda alla vicinara right here. This looks really good. It's like oxtail stew, a Roman specialty. And then we've also got stracciatella e zucchine sucche. I can't read the writing on the board. It's a little tiny, but it's basically cheese and zucchini. It looks amazing. So let's give this a try. Oh my goodness. That is so good. It's so rich, so meaty, so, just delicious. I am just the happiest person right now. If you're wondering what a trapezzino is, it's basically a pizza pocket that's been filled with a bunch of sauces, meat. It's really good.
We also got some supli, which look delicious, and they smell delicious. We got one with asparagus and cheese, and it looks amazing. Wow. So good, so crispy on the outside, delicious risotto on the inside. Oh my gosh, perfect flavor.
We just finished up lunch at Trapezzino, and it was incredible. We actually got another round of Trapezzino because they were so stinking good. It was an incredible stop for lunch, and we even got a bottle of wine to take home with us. Trastevere is filled with so many awesome shops. We definitely did a little damage at one of the local art shops. So we've come to Fior di Luna, and we've gotten gelato. I've got the mandarin and melone, and it looks really good. And it is really good. The mandarin is super fresh, very citrusy, and the melon is like taking a bite out of cantaloupe. It is delicious.
And I got pistachio and crema. That's really good pistachio. Very salty. Very good crema. A little lemony too. Very delicious. After that amazing lunch and gelato, we're gonna head to one more church. Well, we have very much gotten away from the crowds. It doesn't seem like anyone is over here, but we're going to check out the Church of Santa Maria dell'Orto. Let's go see the inside.
Don't let the plain exterior fool you. This church is incredible. Stepping inside is like stepping into a jewelry box. The Church of Santa Maria dell'Orto was built over 500 years ago in an area that was once a series of vegetable gardens. Several trade guilds used to call this church home, including fruit sellers, cheesemakers, and millers.
Well, we were right. We definitely got off the beaten path. We were the only ones in that church for a very long time. And it was stunning.
Yeah, it was a real shocker.
Just filled with incredible Baroque details and Renaissance paintings. Truly a hidden gem for sure, and absolutely worth the detour if you're in Trastevere. All right, next up we've made our way over to Basilica di Santa Cecilia in Trastevere. This church promises to be really pretty. Let's go check it out.
The Church of Santa Cecilia in Trastevere dates back to the early 800s. There's beautiful artwork inside and even some excavated ruins below the church. It would have been really cool to explore more in depth, but now we have a reason to go back. Well, we just wrapped up in the basilica. It is beautiful in there, but we really didn't get a chance to explore.
Yeah, surprisingly, there was a wedding going
On a Friday afternoon. I guess that's a great time to have a wedding. It's also a good time to have a funeral.
Oh gosh.
We ran into a wedding and a funeral. Full life cycle right there.
Yep.
It's been a crazy day. The church is stunning. I would love to go back and explore more, but right now I think we're getting a little hungry. We've made our way to Tonorello for dinner. We have to wait in line, but we will be seated shortly. And the line actually is moving very quickly. They have a lot of places to seat people.
Well, we got our drinks and our starters. We got some soupli, like we got earlier, but they're little mini versions. Wow. Nice cheese pull. This is the amatriciana flavor. It's like a red-based sauce. Not very spicy, but it's got some nice cheese in there. Very tasty. Good way to start the meal. We also got some focaccia. Very good rosemary flavor. And to finish it off, some wine. This is gonna be a great meal.
Our food came and I got the amatriciana. It's tomato sauce, guanciale, pecorino, and pepper, and it looks fantastic. Let's give it a try. Here we go. That is so good. It's got a little bit of a bite to the pasta, perfectly done, not overdone. The sauce is there, but it's not overwhelming the pasta. This is a very good pasta. You absolutely have to try it if you come to Rome.
And I got the cacio e pepe. It's pecorino and pepper. Looks very good. Let's give it a try. Perfectly cooked pasta, nice and creamy, nice peppery taste. I'm very much a big fan of pepper. This is so good. Dinner at Tonorello was amazing. The soupli was amazing.
It was so good. The food was fantastic, and we are stuffed and so tired, so we are gonna call it a night. We made it to the Trevi Fountain. It's not even sunrise yet. It's not even 6 a.m. and already there is a large crowd of people here. There will never, ever be a time when you come to this place and there will not be people. Maybe if you come in, like, I don't know, the dead of winter at 2 a.m. Yeah, maybe then you might have this place to yourself, but otherwise, no, it's not gonna happen.
On the right side of the Trevi Fountain, if you go up a few small stairs, you come to the Lover's Fountain. It's two streams going into the same basin, and you can drink from them with your lover, and then you'll stay together forever.
It's tradition at the Trevi Fountain to throw a coin over your left shoulder into the fountain. 1 coin means you'll return to Rome, 2 coins you'll find love, and 3 coins you'll get married. I already found love and got married, so I'm throwing 1 coin. Here we go. I'm returning to Rome.
To try and minimize crowds, you now need to pay to enter the Trevi Fountain during the day, but it's free if you arrive before 9 a.m. or after 10 p.m. Even waking up early won't guarantee a crowd-free visit to this beautiful fountain.
This city can get really packed with tourists, so today we're actually going to go off the beaten path and try and find some hidden gems in some lesser known areas. Hopefully we'll see some beautiful artwork, some ancient ruins, and some pretty cool sights. Our first stop of the day is Chiesa di San Luigi dei Francesi. It's just a quick couple-minute walk from Piazza Navona, so we are in central Rome right now, and it's supposed to have some really beautiful Caravaggio paintings.
Just a few steps away from the crowds of Piazza Navona is a building that feels like a piece of France transported to the heart of Rome. This is San Luigi dei Francesi. It's been the official French national church in Rome since the 16th century. Construction on the church began in 1518 under Cardinal Giulio de' Medici, who eventually became Pope Clement VII. While the gold leaf ceilings and marble are stunning, most people are here for one specific corner of the church, the Contarelli Chapel. The chapel contains Caravaggio's first major public commission, the calling, the inspiration, and the martyrdom of St. Matthew. Look at the way the light cuts across the canvas. Caravaggio didn't paint saints with glowing halos in the clouds. He painted them in dark, gritty rooms with dirty fingernails and real-world shadows. It was a style so realistic it actually shocked the church leaders at the time. These paintings changed art history forever. And the best part? You can still see them exactly where they were installed over 400 years ago.
This church is apparently very French.
Yeah, a lot of French stuff.
A lot of the artwork was done by French artists. There are pieces dedicated to French saints as well, so it's a very French-centric church, which is kind of interesting.
The Caravaggios are really cool to see. They do draw quite a crowd, though.
It's going to be very hard to find truly hidden spots in Rome, but as far as the number of tourists go, this one definitely had less tourists than other churches we've been to.
Now let's go find something else.
Mm-hmm.
We made our way to the Galleria Doria Pamphili. It should have some really good art. Only Karin knows what's here, so it's going to be a real surprise for me.
I don't know what.
If it's anything like the courtyard, it should be very nice.
In a city with world-class museums, there's one place that feels a little different. Tucked away on the busy Via del Corso is Galleria Doria Pamphili. It's one of the largest privately owned palaces in Rome, and it's belonged to the Pamphili family for over 500 years. The paintings here are hung exactly as they were in the 18th century. It's a floor-to-ceiling wall of art that showcases the wealth and influence of the Pamphili family. The gallery has hundreds of paintings, including famous works by Caravaggio, Titian, and Velázquez. One of the more impressive features of the gallery is the Hall of Mirrors, inspired by Versailles.
Well, we just finished visiting the Galleria Doria Pamphili. This place is really cool, and it's been restored to its Renaissance heyday, and it is honestly stunning inside. We even saw some Caravaggio paintings, which is what? Now this is the day of Caravaggio, I guess. It was pretty cool to explore. There weren't too many people, and there were some nice places to sit and admire the artwork. I think we are getting a little hungry though, so we're gonna go find some lunch.
While thousands of people are standing in line for the Pantheon, we're heading about 30 feet away to a place most people miss. This is l'Antica Salumeria. It's been here since the year 1500, meaning people were grabbing lunch here while Michelangelo was busy painting the Sistine Chapel.
We went to Antica Salumeria for lunch. We got some paninis. They had lots of different options. They're right here on the square with the Pantheon, so it's easy to find. I got one with a meat, eggplant, and cheese spread. Not sure exactly what kind of meat it is, but it looks very good. That's pretty good. So actually, I think the eggplant might be pickled, possibly. There's a little bit of a pickled flavor. And the meat, almost like a head cheese, kind of. It is something that I like. This is definitely something different than we usually get in Italy, but it is very good.
My sandwich is much less complicated than Jeremy's. It's just a porchetta sandwich, but it looked really good. I think the best bite is like right in the center, so it might be a little messy. Oh yeah, that's really good. Roasty, porky, savory, a little bit salty. It's got everything going for it. I do wish there was maybe like cheese or a vegetable or something, but otherwise, this is a really good sandwich. Well, the sandwiches we had were fantastic, seriously. Jeremy's was amazing, and the porchetta was really good too. We're still feeling a little hungry, so we're gonna go get some gelato for dessert. I got a small cone with frigidarium, that's the yellow one, and crema fiorentina, that's the one on this side, and I got it with panna, and it was €3. This is one of the best deals in town, and one of the best gelatos for sure.
And I got strawberry and fior di latte. I was feeling a little bit of a fruit kick. Oh, it's so fresh and it tastes exactly like strawberries. This is amazing.
Rome is so crazy, there's just ruins everywhere. So many stairs, but we've come to Vittorio Emanuele and we're gonna try and find a good view.
It's called the Altare della Patria, the altar of the fatherland. But to the locals, it's often known as the wedding cake. Love it or hate it, this monument is impossible to ignore. Standing over 80 meters tall, it was built to celebrate the birth of modern Italy and its first king. Behind me is the statue of King Vittorio Emanuele. It's 43 feet long, and it's one of the biggest equestrian statues in the entire world. I mean, that's pretty friggin' big. It's hard to fully comprehend the scale of this statue, but to try to put it into perspective, when the statue was completed in 1911, the builders actually held a dinner party for 20 people inside the horse before it was sealed up. After 242 steps, we made it to the top. And we have some pretty epic views. You can actually see the fountain that we were at yesterday in Trastevere right behind us.
Also the Vatican in that direction.
We've got some great views of the Colosseum and Trajan's Forum, which is actually where we're going next. Just across the street from the Roman Forum is Trajan's Forum, and you might be wondering, what's the difference? The Roman Forum started around 625 BCE as a general marketplace. It was the beating heart of Rome. The Forum grew slowly over centuries to include the Senate, courts of law, and other important buildings. In comparison, Trajan's Forum was built over 700 years after the start of the Roman Forum, and it happened very quickly, taking about 5 to 7 years to complete. It was commissioned by Emperor Trajan to celebrate the victory of the Dacian Wars.
We made our way down to Trajan's Forum. It was built by the Emperor Trajan, and one of the things they built was a market, which is behind me, and it held up to 150 stalls. It's pretty cool that you can just walk down here and see it for free without having to pay, but you can pay for a ticket to go check it out on the inside.
This area used to be a hill, but in order to build his forum, Trajan had to excavate it, so he removed 140 feet of dirt. The top of this column marks the height of the original hill. It's kind of crazy. The column behind me is called Trajan's Column, and it's inscribed with stories of his victories and conquests around Europe. They removed around 96 million metric tons of dirt to create space for Trajan's Forum. That's a huge hill to move, and they did it in only 5 to 7 years.
It's really cool to explore this area, but there are a ton of people peddling crap you don't need, and they can be aggressive, so you better watch out.
If you don't want to walk all the way to Trajan's Forum, you can still see ruins close to the Pantheon at Lago di Torre Argentina. These ruins are pretty cool. In the middle of a busy intersection surrounded by cars and cafes lies a square that changed the course of history forever. This is Lago di Torre Argentina, and it was in these very ruins on the Ides of March in 44 BC that Caesar was assassinated. Today, the residents are much more peaceful. Since the 1920s, these ruins have been a sanctuary for Rome's stray cats. For decades, you could only look down at the ruins from the sidewalk, but a recent restoration created walkways through the heart of the ruins. It's one of the few places in Rome where you can stand exactly where an empire fell.
So we spent some time relaxing in our hotel and we got changed and we went out for dinner. Dinner was amazing. We ate at Cantina e Cucina near Piazza Navona. Got the roasted lamb. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and my pizza with rosemary sausage and potatoes. Very interesting combination.
Oh, but so good too. We had so much fun trying to get off the beaten path, but not always succeeding at escaping the crowds.
It's hard in Rome.
It really is hard in Rome.
My favorite part was probably the Galleria.
That was really fun. I think my favorite part was the sandwiches we had for lunch. Oh, they were so good. Good morning, friends.
Today we're traveling from Rome to Amalfi. Should be a very scenic route.
Let's go. We're starting our journey at Roma Termini. We're taking a high-speed train from Rome all the way down to Salerno along the Amalfi Coast. I booked our tickets using the Trenitalia app, and I did it actually last night, very last minute, and seats were pretty picked over. We were very, very lucky that we got to sit next to each other. There were like only 2 seats left to sit next to each other. Otherwise, we would have been sitting separate, maybe even different trains. So I'd actually recommend booking your tickets at least several days before you want to travel. If you're traveling during peak season, definitely book your tickets much farther in advance, maybe like a week or 2. If you don't want to use the Trenitalia app, you can also use the ticket machines at the train station. Sometimes they don't accept American credit cards, so have cash on hand just in case. Also, one thing to note is that you can take either a regional train or a fast train. You might even there are direct routes, which is the one we're on, or there are other ways you can save some money by taking different routes. If you need a budget option, take the regional train. If you want the fastest option, take a direct fast train.
Have you ever wondered why the roof of Roma Termini is shaped the way it is? Well, it was built to match the shape of the ruins that are right next to it.
Once you're in the station, you're going to be looking at the departures board to find the train that you'll be taking. On your ticket is the train number, so you can match up the train number, but you can also match up the destination and the time. We're going to Salerno at 11, and we can see that our train doesn't have a platform yet, so we'll be waiting around until the platform is assigned.
The departure board can be confusing, so let's break down the important parts. The train number is the first number on the board, followed by the destination and departure time. At the end is the platform number.
Just scan your ticket and you're ready to go.
If you have a paper ticket, you'll need to validate it at one of these machines before you get on the train. You can usually find them at the beginning of the tracks. If you're traveling with luggage, you can store small items above you, including carry-on sized roller bags. There are sometimes luggage racks for larger suitcases, but you can also slide large bags under the seats. Italy's high-speed rail network is very fast and comfortable. It's a smooth ride, and the trains reach very high speeds, whisking you across the country in a matter of hours.
Well, we made it to Salerno. The train was super comfortable. We almost fell asleep a couple times, and now we have to make it to the port to try and catch a ferry to Amalfi. Let's go.
It's a pretty quick walk from the train station to the port, and even with luggage, it was very easy to do.
Very windy today, so I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me, and also ignore my hair. The walk from the train station to the port was very easy. It's basically a straight shot, and at the end of the port, that's where you can buy your tickets. The company you're looking for is called Travelmar, and we were able to just walk right up and buy tickets day of. Right now, we're getting on the next boat, which is like a 40-minute wait, and we did have to pay for one of our bags, €3 extra. So if you have large luggage, you will have to pay extra for it. but a small carry-on size is absolutely fine and totally free. If you are traveling during peak season, you can buy your tickets in advance online and just be ready to go. Now we wait to board.
There are places to store luggage inside the ferry and lots of seating. If the weather is nice, head to the top deck and sit on the right side for the best views. The ferry ride from Salerno to Amalfi takes about 30 minutes and it's a beautiful journey, so have your camera ready.
We made it to Amalfi.
It was a fairly simple process.
There are many ways you can get from Rome to Amalfi, like taking a train from Rome to Naples and then a ferry from Naples to Sorrento and then a bus all the way down the coast, which we've done before, but
It comes with a lot of hassle.
a lot of hassle and also a lot of like walking between connection points because they're not close together.
Yeah, but this was like quick train to Salerno and then a short walk to the ferry station, and then the ferry was not difficult to figure out.
No, it was so easy. This is absolutely the easiest way without paying a ton of money because you can do a private transfer.
Good morning from the Amalfi Coast.
Today we're going to be exploring Positano, and first up we have to get ourselves from Amalfi to Positano. There are a couple of different ways you can get from Amalfi to Positano. You can take the bus, but we decided to take the ferry. It's definitely the more scenic route for sure. We're getting on the first ferry of the day, which actually departs just before 9 a.m. It's not exactly the earliest of starts, for us anyways, but it'll get us where we want to go. The line to get on the ferry from Amalfi was super long and the ferry was already packed with people when it arrived. We definitely wouldn't have found a spot to actually sit, but we found a fantastic spot to just stand and look at the views. If you are taking the ferry from Amalfi to Positano, stand on the right side of the boat for the best views. Now that we're in Positano, let's go explore.
Positano's beach is huge, but only the small portion behind me is free to use. The rest of it is beach clubs, boat tours, and boat access. The beach may look sandy close to the boardwalk, but don't be fooled because it gets very rocky as you get closer to the water, so bring your water shoes.
The way beach clubs work is that you pay for your chair and you usually pay a lot, but what it gets you is that chair and peace of mind that no one's going to steal it and you have it for the rest of the day. You usually also have access to toilets and showers. Beach clubs often also have restaurants associated with them so you can easily order food and not lose your seat.
We're here in May, and from experience, we know that the water of the Mediterranean is frickin' freezing this early in the season.
Yeah, it's even cold during the middle of summer, so I can't imagine what it's like right now.
Yeah, we have no intention of swimming right now, although the water does look very inviting. And we are also not the sort that's just gonna go tanning, so we're not gonna hang out on the beach today. We're just gonna go explore the town. Let's go.
So we got a little hungry, so we picked up some gelato for a snack. Actually, it's a little more than gelato. It's a waffle with gelato. This one happens to be covered in Nutella, and they made it fresh in front of us. It's a good waffle. This is fantastic.
Well, we've slowly made our way up to the Church of Santa Maria Assunta. From what I've heard, there's a few unique features on the inside. Let's go check it out.
The Church of Santa Maria Assunta dates back to the 10th century when Benedictine monks established a monastery dedicated to Saint Mary. Inside, there's a painting of Madonna above the altar dating from the Byzantine era. It's said that sailors from the east were taking the painting across the Mediterranean when the water suddenly went calm and they couldn't move. Then the painting cried out, "Posa, posa," which means "put me down, and they brought the painting to shore, handing it over to the locals, who named their village Positano in honor of the words she spoke.
We've seen some pretty ornate churches in our day, and this one isn't exactly the most ornate, but it does have one feature that we haven't seen anywhere else, and that's crystal chandeliers. So that was pretty cool to see. Well, I can't help myself. I did a little shopping, not for some clothes, which is actually 90% of the shops here, but for some art. Positano is a bit of an artist's community. We stopped by Galleria Art and Craft, and they have a lot of different artists that they're featuring, but we also met the shop owner, who is also an artist himself. He does oil paints and watercolors, and his work is stunning. Just, incredible. I couldn't say no. So I got a little painting, and there was the cutest little octopus statue that I also had to get. I mean, Jeremy does love octopus, don't you? I don't know what's next, but we're just going to keep wandering.
Positano is not for those people who don't like stairs. This place has a million of them.
Well, we hiked up quite a few stairs. I don't think we're anywhere near the top of the town, but we did find a great viewpoint of the church and the city.
Well, we made it all the way up to Cafe Positano for lunch. It's got a great view, and we got a meat and cheese plate. Let's give it a try. That's some good cheese.
We also got a mixed fruit plate, which looks fantastic. Let's give it a try. This is very good. This is the perfect light lunch with a view. Lunch at Cafe Positano was pretty good. We had a light lunch, not like heavy pasta or anything, and it was very refreshing and very filling and very expensive. But that's what you get when you want the view and you want to be in Positano, I guess. Now we're just going to go for a walk along the road. I think we're on the lower of the two roads, and this is actually heading down sort of into the ravine of Positano. Let's go see what it is. I got a beautiful handmade bowl. Oh, I love getting ceramic pieces. I don't know, I can't say no. It was stunning.
On our walk, we ran into a gelato place called Yummy. Of course, we had to stop by. We got the lemon sorbet. You have to get the lemon flavor while you're here in the Amalfi Coast. We found one of the few stores that sells men's clothes, and I bought a linen shirt from a place called Reno.
So all the restaurants in Positano use basically the same plates. I mean, they're personalized to the restaurant, but they're so cute. They have different animal designs on them, and we fell in love. So we bought a plate from that manufacturer. It is adorable. It has little fish on it. And now we've come to this beautiful viewpoint, and I think we're getting a little tired, so we might try and find the bus. Well, we made it back to Amalfi.
Woo!
Yeah, seriously, never take the bus.
Yeah, of all the transportation options, if you have the choice, choose the boat or private transfer.
Absolutely. The bus is a hot, slow, sweaty, miserable experience. We were just crammed in there like sardines, standing for over an hour. Ugh, never again. I will never
take the bus from Positano to Amalfi, and we do not recommend it.
And especially if you have luggage. We didn't really have luggage, but it would have been even 10 times worse.
Other people had luggage, and it was a real struggle for them. So, yeah, never take the bus.
But we had a great time in Positano.
We had so much fun exploring, buying things, and eating some very delicious food, and absolutely finding some of the best views.
We came to Pesceria Chica for some frito misto. It's like a cone of mixed fried fish. And the one I got has squid and butterfly shrimp. Looks really good. This is super fresh, so it's probably gonna burn my mouth. And they are very generous with the portions, that's for sure. Once they fill the cup, they still skewer a bunch of stuff and put it on top. Wow, that's so good, so fresh, so crispy. Definitely recommending this one.
And I got a cup of mixed fried vegetables that just sounded really good. First one I'll try, broccoli. Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with fried vegetables. Salty, crunchy, really well done, and a great price too. I think this is a great dinner choice. Oh yeah, that's good. That dinner was really good.
Yeah, amazing.
Really hit the spot. We are exhausted. We're gonna call it a night, so we will see you tomorrow.
Good morning from the Amalfi Coast.
Today we're taking a day trip from Amalfi to Capri.
Let's go catch the ferry.
The boat departed from Amalfi around 8:55-ish, and it got us here to Marina Grande on Capri at about 10:40. That does include a round the island tour, but we feel like we're kind of running behind, and this isn't something we normally do, but we decided to join a group tour of the island. It will be a little more convenient than trying to use the buses, and definitely more cost effective than using the taxis, because it's only 20 euros per person. It also seems like it's the best use of our time because we will both be seeing Capri and Anna Capri. So that should be pretty good.
Before we dive into Capri, let's explain what's going on here. Our ferry from Amalfi ended up including a scenic ride all the way around the island and a stop at the famous Faraglioni Rocks. A boat tour was already on our list of activities, so having it included in the ferry price was a nice bonus. The multi-language commentary was pretty interesting as well.
You arrive at the Faraglioni Rocks, the seams of the island. Strano, c'è quel borgo sul mare, marina piccola, zona balneare dove abbiamo...
We landed in Capri a bit later than we planned, so we made a spur-of-the-moment decision to join the ferry's guided tour. For only 20 euros, we would get a tour of Capri, Anna Capri, and transportation included. Not something we typically do, but we were short on time and it felt like the most efficient way to see everything. Is a group tour actually the best way to see the island, or did we fall for a tourist trap? Stick around until the end to find out, but for now, let's go explore Capri. We hopped in a minibus and headed to Capri town to start our tour. Another option is to take the funicular up the hill, but the line can be very long.
Well, we've made our way to the main square in Capri town.
The Piazzetta, and this is where the funicular will drop you off. There is also a lot of restaurants, shops, and the main church is right over there.
Capri's history dates back centuries. In Greek mythology, Capri is often cited as the island where the sirens lived in the Odyssey. In 29 BC, Caesar Augustus fell in love with Capri and bought it from the city of Naples as his private paradise. The island has seen ancient Roman emperors, pirates in the Middle Ages, and these days, hordes of tourists. The winding, whitewashed alleys are packed with world-famous designer fashion, beautiful views, and great people watching. After a quick tour of Capri town, our group headed to the Gardens of Augustus. You can see some nice views without paying to enter, but it's definitely worth the price of admission.
What? It's so beautiful!
We've made it to the Gardens of Augustus, and this place has some incredible views of the coastline of Capri. Plus, the gardens are just stunning to walk around, and we're seeing a whole ton of different plants. We got flowering plants, we got cactus, we saw a cat. That's not a plant, but it's pretty cool. There's also ruins here, like from the Greek era, which is pretty crazy. And we even saw a hotel that has a very expensive room at 15,000 euros per night. That's probably not in our budget.
If you only have time for one iconic stop in Capri, make it the Gardens of Augustus. While it sounds like an ancient Roman paradise, the gardens were built in the early 1900s by a German industrialist. He designed these beautiful flower-filled terraces to frame the best views on the island, including a dizzying look down at the famous hairpin turns of Via Krupp. It also has a perfect view of the iconic Faraglioni rocks.
Behind me are the famous rocks of Capri. They're called the Faraglioni, and there's a blue lizard that only lives on those islands. And the tallest one is 111 meters. That's pretty tall.
With one last glimpse of the rocks through the trees, we said goodbye to the gardens and walked back to our minibus, heading for Capri. We had a short walking tour of Capri with our group, and then we were given about 2.5 hours of free time to explore and get lunch.
Our first stop in Capri is the chairlift to go to the top of Monte Solaro. Let's go.
The name Capri comes from ancient Greek and translates to above Capri. The crown jewel of Capri is the Monte Solaro chairlift. It was built in 1952 and carries you up to the island's highest point at 589 meters. The ride takes about 13 minutes to get to the top, and the views are incredible. On a clear day, you can see from Vesuvius to the Gulf of Salerno.
Taking the chairlift up to the top of Monte Solaro, and it's super beautiful. And you're not even that high off the ground, so if you're afraid of heights, you can probably do it. Jeremy seems okay.
The struggles of having a big day.
We're almost at the top. The views are stunning.
You did it.
Stressful getting off of there.
Well, we made it to the top of Monte Solaro.
Yeah, the ride was pretty nice. Very good views from the chairlift. It did not trigger my fear of heights too much until we got towards the end where you were kind of closer to the cliff. But otherwise, it was pretty good.
Yeah, unfortunately, the view from the top is maybe a little bit obstructed. We've got clouds, just a wall of clouds just coming right in over the hill.
Yeah, they kind of just arrived as we got up here, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a great view of the Faraglioni rocks, but we cannot see those. We do have a nice view of Capri from the other side, though. I think we are getting a little bit hungry, so we're going to take the chairlift back down to Capri and find some lunch. Well, we made it back down to Capri. I didn't mind the ride.
Well, going down certainly triggered my fear of heights a lot more, especially at the top.
You can really see just how high up you are.
And there's a part where you really start going more vertical. That was very challenging.
But you got through. Now let's find some lunch.
We're eating a caprese salad in Capri. So fresh, so delicious.
I've built myself a perfect little bite. That is really good. I think this is going to be a good lunch. We just finished lunch at Atmosphere and it was really good. If you're looking for a place to eat in Capri that also has a view and doesn't charge you too much, this is the place to go. The food was really tasty. Behind me is the line for the bus to get back to Capri and Marina Grande. This definitely makes me feel glad that we chose to do the
Private shuttle.
thing. I'm pretty happy with our choice. So all around Capri, you might hear this story of a little shepherd boy who was tending to his sheep and then suddenly lost it. He heard a distant bell and so he followed it thinking that it was his sheep, but instead he found Saint Michel, who gave him a bell around his neck and said that it would bring him good luck. And that has become the symbol of Capri. And so you might see bells being sold all over the island. And I decided to buy a little charm bracelet with a bell on it. And when you do that, the bell represents a wish, and if you wear it and wish for it, it will come true.
Around 4 p.m., we hopped back on our bus, and a quick 20-minute drive later, we were back at the port.
We made it back to the port at Marina Grande. Time to go find our boat.
We just got back to Amalfi from our day trip to Capri and we had so much fun.
Yeah, we had a pretty great time. I'd say we used our time pretty well.
Yeah, we got there pretty late. So our first tip would be to take the earliest ferry possible. Somehow we got on a tourist boat. We're not sure. I mean, they're all tourist boats, right? But we got on a boat that did a tour around the island of Capri. But I think there are direct ferries that will just take you directly to the Marina Grande.
Yeah.
So you can get on one of those and save yourself maybe 40 minutes of the journey time.
Yeah, we definitely didn't get there as early as I thought we would. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of why we decided to do the tour on the island, because they were going to get us to the spots we wanted to get to in a decent amount of time without wasting time in lines.
If you want to do it on your own, take the earliest ferry you can to get there and the latest ferry you can to get back. And then be prepared to wait in long lines for buses or pay an exorbitant amount for a taxi.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun exploring Capri. It was really cool to see the gardens of Augustus. The views, incredible. And walking down the designer streets was... Well, don't worry, we did not spend a whole ton of money there, that's for sure.
Not any money.
It was really cool to go between Capri and Capri because the drive is stunning. If you can, try and sit on the right side of the bus or the taxi or whatever to have the best views.
Yeah, you get some pretty good viewpoints over the cliffs.
Mm-hmm. And we had a great time exploring Capri as well. Doing the chairlift and prioritizing that was probably our best decision.
Oh yeah, definitely a good idea to do that first, get it over with. And even though we didn't have great views at the top, the ride up was worth the money alone.
Absolutely. Some of the best views were actually from the chairlift itself.
Yeah.
It was such a cool experience. I know that your fear of heights wasn't too happy about it.
No, it was fine though.
And even though we were definitely in a touristy area of town, the lunch we had was really good.
Yeah, we definitely found a good place. A little bit more tucked away than some of the other spots.
And we paid a little less than we did in Positano the other day. So that was a win. All right, we're gonna go freshen up at our hotel and we will see you back in Amalfi for dinner. So we've come to La Perla for dinner. This restaurant is a little bit tucked away, but it looked really good, so let's check it out. We ordered the prosciutto and mozzarella to start, and it looks pretty good. I mean, how can you say no to prosciutto, right? It's kind of all sticking together, so that's problematic. Let me see if I can... Ooh.
That was pretty skillful.
I'm skillful. At least when it comes to my prosciutto. Cheers. Got a little hair in my mouth. Oh yeah. There's just something so perfect and so good about a good prosciutto. And this is a good prosciutto for sure. We're going to be dining well tonight. Cheers to that.
Well, our main dishes have come, and I got the grilled calamari on potato cream. It looks delicious. Let's give it a try. Karin probably doesn't think that looks good, but if there's one thing I haven't had enough of on this trip, it's octopus and squid. Good grilled flavor. It's nice and tender. The potato cream is so smooth and creamy. Very good.
You like that, huh?
Best part of the squid.
The legs are not. There's no way. I got the ravioli with tomato and mozzarella. This smells really good. Ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that is so good. Very fresh, melty, perfectly tomatoey, a little bit hint of basil. This is a very good meal. Well, dinner was really great, and now we've made our way down to the beach to enjoy sunset. We are exhausted after a long day exploring Capri, so we will see you tomorrow when we explore Ravello. We learned a lesson this morning, and we want to pass that information on to you. We've seen everywhere that there's like one place to catch the bus in Amalfi, and that's the spot behind me. That's not actually true. That spot behind us is where you catch the bus if you're going to like Sorrento or the town of Positano or something like that. But there's a different bus stop over here where you catch the bus to Ravello. Let's go find it. We're at the bus stop waiting for our bus to Ravello, and we just wanted to mention how you can buy tickets for the bus. You might see a machine over by the other bus stop. That is not where you buy tickets. Generally, you can buy tickets at a local tabacchi. There is one right across the piazza, but they don't actually sell bus tickets for any of the buses that leave from Amalfi. When we were in Positano, we bought tickets from a tabacchi, and that was super simple. But here in Amalfi, what you do is you have to go find a guy in like a yellow vest. He's usually standing near the bus stop, and then you give him money and he'll give you a bus ticket.
That bus ride was really fun. It was super delayed. We had to stop for at least 10 minutes or something midway.
Yeah, there was a stoplight that you probably couldn't see because it's one-way traffic because the lanes are too narrow.
And the last sections were really windy. I was not feeling great.
We learned Jeremy's limits on what will make him motion sick. Turns out the bus ride to Ravello is his last straw.
Ravello was originally founded in the 5th century as a safe haven for people fleeing coastal invasions. By the 9th century, Ravello was thriving and had a fiercely independent spirit. Some say the town's name comes from the Latin word rebellum, meaning rebel. These days, Ravello is peaceful and a beautiful place to escape the crowds.
Our first stop in Ravello is this very excellent viewpoint. We got the piazza on one side and stunning hill town on the other side. And now let's go check out the Duomo.
Ravello Cathedral was founded in 1080 and dedicated to San Pantaleone. He was a physician from the 3rd century who was beheaded on the order of Emperor Diocletian. The church has a small vial of the saint's blood that is said to liquefy every year on the anniversary of his death. The inside of the church is fairly modest but has an impressive 13th century marble pulpit that's supported by intricately carved spiral columns resting on the backs of lions. The other notable feature of the church is the bronze doors. There are fewer than 24 bronze church doors left in Italy, and these were cast in 1179 and are remarkably well preserved.
Well, the church was nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see, and the most interesting part is probably the doors.
Ravello is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And wandering around the old streets, it's pretty clear why. The town sits over 350 meters above sea level, nestled in the clouds. It's been a destination for artists, musicians, and writers for centuries, and even served as refuge for the King of Italy during World War II.
Well, we've made our way to the back side of town, and we've got some artisanal gelato. We got it from Baffone, and I got Baccio. This is like a chocolate hazelnut flavor. That's very good.
Ravello is beautiful, filled with stunning views and some really fun shops to explore. Right now we're gonna head to Villa Cimbrone. It's supposed to have some beautiful views. Let's go.
There are two notable villas in Ravello, Villa Ruffolo and Villa Cimbrone. We only had time to visit one, and we chose Villa Cimbrone for its excellent gardens and incredible views. Villa Cimbrone dates back to the 11th century, but it was heavily restored in the early 1900s. In the 1920s and 30s, it became a popular hangout spot for the intellectual elite, including Virginia Woolf, Winston Churchill, and T.S. Eliot. Even famous writer Gore Vidal, who lived in Ravello for decades, said that the most beautiful place he had ever seen was the view from Villa Cimbrone.
I'd barely fit through there.
The villa is currently a 5-star hotel, and it has a Michelin restaurant, but the gardens are open to everyone, but you have to pay an entrance fee.
This place is stunning. Oh my gosh. Just like the views here are so worth the entrance fee. Like you can see Salerno in the distance over there. We haven't gone to this side yet, but I'm guessing the views are pretty good on that side too. If you're a fan of gardens, you have to come here.
There's a little bar right next to the Infinity Terrace, and we haven't had lunch yet, so we did order a little bit of lunch. This is obviously dessert, but it came first, and it's melting, so we have to dig right in. Seriously, this looks insanely good. We've got fresh fruit, vanilla ice cream, strawberry ice cream, wafer cookies. This looks really good. And that hits the spot. And the setting is perfect.
And don't worry, I'm obviously sharing the gelato with Karin, but I also got a lemon granita. That is so refreshing on this hot day.
The rest of our meal came. We ordered a focaccia that came with mortadella, sun-dried tomatoes, and ricotta. And I definitely just said tomatoes, and I don't know why, but they're tomatoes. We're in a giggly mood right now. This is so warm and pillowy. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah. That hits the spot for sure. So perfectly well balanced of flavors, nothing overwhelms the other. This is wonderful and really hits the spot for the lunch we were looking for. Lunch was actually really good.
And also not that expensive considering the spot it's in.
Yeah, which is pretty surprising. Now that we're all relaxed and refreshed, we're gonna go try and figure out how to get ourselves to Atrani. If you're planning to hike from Ravello to Atrani, look for the Villa Cimbrone sign. The stairs are right next to it. If you go past that sign, you've gone too far. Let's go.
The hike from Ravello to Amalfi has around 1,500 stairs and an elevation change of about 350 meters. Whether you're going down or up, your knees might not like it, but the views are worth it.
Sunscreen, water, sunglasses, and this fan are making this hike a little more comfortable. Looks like we came across a nice little hydration station on the honor system, of course, so Jeremy picked up a bottle of water to stay hydrated. When you're ready, put your money in the box.
This may be downhill, but it's still a trek.
We've come pretty far down, but we definitely still have a ways to go yet because the water is still pretty far below us. We have made it to a very steep section of stairs, but thankfully there's a handle that we can hold on to. We also met some hikers that are going up at this time of day in the mid-afternoon sun. I don't know that I'd recommend doing that. So, it is a slog going up or down for sure. Well, it was a pretty sweaty and slow and strenuous hike down to the bottom. We made it to Atrani. We've come to the church right now. As you can see, it's closed and we are exhausted. Plus, Jeremy really needs to use the bathroom. So our time in Atrani is going to be a bit short-lived, but it is beautiful and absolutely worth a much longer visit than what we are able to offer today.
Atrani is just down the road from Amalfi, and it's a beautiful town to explore. You might even recognize it from the Netflix show Ripley. We wish we could have spent more time here, but now we have a good reason to come back.
Oh my gosh, that hike from Ravello is not for the faint of heart.
Way too much.
It is a lot for sure. You should definitely be prepared with good sun protection and a lot of water.
And not midday, probably.
Yeah, don't go midday, and definitely use the bathroom before you start the hike. We have rested at our hotel, and now we are ready to go explore Amalfi. Let's go.
The Duomo di Amalfi was first built in the 9th century and has expanded and been renovated over the years. You might notice it sits high above the main walkway of town, and that's because it served as a lookout and defensive barrier during the frequent pirate raids in the Middle Ages. The facade and architecture of the church have a unique Moorish look with lots of geometric patterns, and the massive bronze doors of the cathedral were cast in Constantinople in 1057 and shipped across the sea. There's a lot more to explore in this church, including an underground crypt, so it's definitely worth a visit if you're a history buff.
Well, it was really cool to explore the church. It's very ornate inside.
Yeah, quite well decorated.
Yeah, very pretty.
Even has chandeliers.
Kind of like what we saw in Positano. It's also worth it to come to the top just to see really nice views of the town square as well. And now, one of the other great things to do in Amalfi is shop. So let's go see what kind of things there are to buy here. The store behind me is kind of like a general store. It's a bit of a souvenir store, but it's also got necessities and some sort of like convenience needs. They also make fresh paninis. We've been here a couple times and the selection is fantastic. Plus, they have great prices if you're looking to buy lemon souvenirs from Amalfi. The shop behind me has some great stuff that you can buy: jewelry, magnets, things made out of clay, oil paintings, stuff that's made by local artisans, and I could not help myself. I bought a painting and it is gorgeous. I just bought the cutest bag. I love it so much. They had many different sizes. I think it's just so adorable. And I couldn't help myself. The shop right here has some hair clips that look so cute. Had to say yes.
If you love chocolate, you have to visit Nino and Friends. They're in Amalfi, but they're also in many other cities across Italy. They have a huge selection of treats, ranging from chocolate truffles to cookies, and even olive oil and truffle salt. The best part is they hand out tons of samples, making this place a huge crowd pleaser.
We came to La Taverna del Duca, and the food should be pretty good. We'll check it out.
We're starting with a caprese salad. Let's give it a try. So fresh, so delicious, nice and sweet. This is so good.
Well, the rest of our food has arrived. We're sharing this pizza. It's got mozzarella, arugula, and lemon. Looks really good. Oh yeah, that's really good.
Day 12 was a long travel day. We took the train from Salerno to Milan. By the time we arrived, we were exhausted.
Good morning, friends. Today we're in Milan.
We don't have a whole lot of time here, just one single day, so we're going to see what it is that we can do. We don't even have any plans. We haven't made reservations. This is very unlike us. So we're going to see what we can do just showing up in Milan. We've made our way to Galleria Vittorio Emanuele. This place was built in the mid-1800s in a neo-Renaissance style, and it is truly stunning here. It's a shopping center filled with luxury shops. I genuinely don't think we can afford any single one of them, but one fun thing is that we are staying at a hotel that's located right inside the Galleria, and we'll give you a hotel tour in a little bit. One thing you can't miss when you come to the Galleria is finding the little bull that's embedded in the floor and spinning around on him for good luck. Let's go do it.
I tried.
Don't twist an ankle.
I know. Gotta be careful. It's really embedded in there. It gets so worn out that they do replace it every few years or something. Like, it is really embedded. The window displays in the designer stores here are incredible. We definitely can't afford it, but it is fun to window shop. It's also a great place to people watch. The fashion here is on point. Not on us, but like, you know, everyone else. Now let's try and find the Duomo. It should be right this way. We found it! It's pretty awesome.
We walked down the street right next to the Duomo and got our tickets to enter. They do sell out pretty quickly. If you want to go same day, you might have to buy some sort of combo ticket. And tickets for the rooftop terrace sell out days, maybe even weeks in advance if you're visiting during peak season. They were fully sold out when we came, so we can't go up top, but we have a reason to come back in the future. Also, you need to make sure that you're dressed properly when going into the Duomo. That means no exposed knees, no exposed shoulders. And if you have tank tops or short skirts or short shorts, they do sell modesty ponchos for €3 per poncho.
With our tickets in hand, it's time to explore the Duomo. Construction on the Duomo started in 1386, but it wasn't officially completed until 1965. That's almost 6 centuries of continuous building. The facade is an intricate Gothic masterpiece that feels a little out of place in Italy, and that's because the first Duke of Milan rejected the traditional Italian style and brought in builders from France and Germany to create this incredible church. Inside, the Duomo is huge. The ceiling vaults to a height of 45 meters, so walking next to the giant pillars really makes you feel tiny. It's hard to show the true scale of this building, but it's staggering. The Duomo in Milan can hold 40,000 people, making it the largest church in Italy. For reference, St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City can hold 60,000 people, but that's a different country. Over the years, there have been a lot of mixed reactions to the Duomo. Oscar Wilde called it monstrous and inartistic, but we think Mark Twain summed it up best when he visited Milan in 1867. What a wonder it is, so grand, so solemn, so vast, and yet so delicate, so airy, so graceful, a very world of solid weight, and yet it seems a delusion of frostwork that might vanish with a breath. They say that the Cathedral of Milan is second only to St. Peter's at Rome. I cannot understand how it can be second to anything made by human hands.
One of the more unique and potentially creepy features inside the Duomo is a statue of St. Bartholomew from 1562, showing him flayed, and he's wearing his skin as a robe. If you look at the backside, you can even see his face dangling, beard and all.
That was a pretty cool experience. It was a lot of fun seeing inside of the Duomo.
Yeah, it definitely felt a lot larger inside than it looked like from the outside.
Absolutely. From the outside, it's pretty big, but from the inside, it feels massive. Just steps away from the Galleria is a statue of Leonardo da Vinci. For a while he lived in Milan and he really left an impression. One of his most notable works is the painting of the Last Supper. And if you want to see it, you must book your tickets months in advance because they sell out quickly. Let's go get a closer view. Right across the street from Leonardo da Vinci is Teatro alla Scala, Italy's most famous opera house and one of the world's best for sure. We've been to a handful of the world's best opera houses, and so this one is on our list, but not today. Well, we just did our favorite thing when we go abroad, and favorite with a little bit of an asterisk because it's always difficult. We just went into a post office to get ourselves some stamps. We love sending postcards when we're on trips, and this is no exception. If you're wondering what the Italian word for stamps is, it's francobolli. Well, in an unlikely turn of events, we've come to the Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Milan. We are not exactly coffee drinkers, but we did find a couple things on the menu that we really wanted to try. We got a hot chocolate, a gelato, stracciatella shake, and a strawberry spritzer. Those all sounded really good. We also got a sandwich, olive bread, and some pastries for dessert. Everything's been amazing. It is a little expensive for sure, but this place seems pretty cool. I'd say it's worth it. Let's dig into the last thing. This is a sfoglia crema e lampone. I think I got that right. I'm gonna need a knife for this thing. Fork is not adequate. I don't want to like fling it across the room. There we go. Perfectly sweet, a little bit tart from the raspberry, very refreshing on this hot day. I'm a happy camper. Well, it's really hard to resist shopping and buying souvenirs in Italy. Milan alone is amazing shopping. We spent the afternoon shopping and we may have needed a second suitcase to take home with us. This one has an amazing warranty and the wheels come off, so that sold us. Welcome to our hotel room in Milan. We are staying at the Galleria Vic Milano. It is right at the Galleria, which is really cool, and our room got upgraded, which is amazing, and I'll show you why in a second. First, here's our room. We have a huge, really comfy king-sized bed, plus a TV, storage, more storage, a closet area right over here.
with a safe place to hang your stuff. And then, oh, if it closes. In the other one, we've got tea area and a mini bar. The mini bar and the tea is included, so you don't have to pay a thing for it, which is amazing. Let's go quickly to the bathroom. Follow me. It's pretty huge. We've already unpacked, so please ignore our mess. But a nice, big, spacious vanity, a toilet and a bidet, and a huge walk-in shower with a rainfall shower head. The best part of this room is the view. Check it out. Are you coming? We got upgraded to a room with a balcony and a view inside of the Galleria. It's incredible for sure. And these windows, super soundproof, so that is a plus. We didn't even pay any cash to stay here. We actually used a Hilton Free Night Award and 95,000 Hilton points. So we're staying 2 nights just basically for free, which is amazing. Breakfast is included. Breakfast was fantastic this morning. We are having a great time in Milan, and this room is one of the reasons why. Well, we had a nice break at our hotel after an afternoon spent shopping. Well worth it, let me tell you. But we've worked up an appetite, so we came to La Piedineria and got some I'm not gonna call it sandwiches. It's like a wrap. I got the montagna. It's a wrap with lettuce, provolone, speck, and special sauce with mushrooms as well. This looks and smells really good. That's really good. It's meaty, it's cheesy, it's warm, savory. This is very good. But I'm also intrigued by the one that Jeremy got.
I got the papripolo. It's got paprika chicken, mozzarella, arugula, salsa yogurt sauce, and crunchy onions. Let's give it a try. Although I might not be able to get everything in the first bite. You might have to give me a few. Wow. That is so good. So savory. And that bread is kind of nice and like toasted on the outside, but still soft. That paprika chicken has so much flavor. Nice and cooled by the yogurt sauce. That's just so good.
It's our last night in Italy. It's our last food in Italy. And the last thing we're gonna do is, of course, eat some gelato. We've got lampone e cioccolato and fior di latte from Grom, and this looks amazing. Lampone is more of a sorbet. Fior di latte is a bit creamy. It's like a cream and fruit mixing together. This is perfect and a fantastic way to end the night.
We had a lot of fun exploring Milan today, and gelato was the perfect way to end the day.
We are exhausted, and we had so much fun exploring Milan and Italy for the last 2 weeks. But we are so tired, so we are going to call it a night, and we will see you in the next one. I knew exactly what I was going to say.
Behind me is Square di San Gervaso, one of the few remaining shipyards where they work on gondolas.
Our next stop was going to be the Search of Santro. Search?
Venice has its own Banksy right on the side of a canal. Right over.
The ceiling is stunning, and I don't know what else to say. And we've come to. We're just outside the. We're just outside the Dorsoduro. Sorry, I was laughing.
Our next stop brings us back to the Grand Canal, to the Basilica Santa Maria della... What is it? To the Basilica Santa Maria della No...
Salute. Nuts. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Almost. Wait for it.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. It's a little bit busy here.
And the salami, you can't find it any better than in Italy. Good morning from Florence. Today we're going to be exploring the Oltrarno Pier. Good morning from Florence. Today we're going to explore...
Our first stop in the Our first stop is the Foto Automatica. Well, that was a pretty cool... Well, that was a pretty cool experience. I had a lot of... Well, that was a pretty cool experience. I think we had a lot of fun, I think. Inside it has 2 lovers facing heads.
Whatever.
This place is huge and it's amazing. Holy cow. Is this a video?
It's been a long
freaking day.
What else after that? Good morning from Florence.
Oh, the sun.
What?
That are perfect once you've already visited the...
We're gonna visit some impressive churches.
We're gonna... it should be all one
Yeah,
sentence.
just don't say we're gonna. The church has some very impressive artwork.
You want me to hold this?
Yeah, that'd be great. Because there's already video going. Do you want to say anything else?
Yeah, you gotta say the name of it.
Yeah. The Officina Profumo Farmaceutica
Di Santa Maria Novella. It's the oldest operating pharmacy since for over 8. It's been... In the 1200s, they were using it for medicines and balm. More things and other things and stuff.
Painting?
Oh, who is it? Filippo Lippi?
Okay.
Oh, I took it and you're supposed to. I took the wrong thing. And now we've made our way to Santa Croce. And even a memorial to Dante. People are coming. Is this a video? It's a really unique experience that you can really only have in...
Yeah, it was a fun, what was I going to say?
Gelato and meat sweats. If you've seen anything about Trastevere, you know that it's going to be charming.
Ha!
Go.
Hold on a second. Okay, whatever. Great, we got a whole group coming towards us. We don't know what the things are called, do we?
We've made our way up to the Fontana dell'Acquapana. We've made our way up to the Fontana dell'Acquapalo. I almost did it again.
What are you doing?
Filming you. Oh my gosh, we just finished up, but I guess you could say it if you wanted to.
What?
The name of the church?
I don't know what it is. But we are going to check out the Church of Santa Maria dell'Orte?
Orte?
But we are going to
Porto?
Oh yeah.
What is this, Santa Maria Sicilia? Well, we just wrapped up in Basilica di...
So it's just like pecorino and pepper, right?
Pecorino and pepper.
Yeah. I'm a very
Big fan of pepper.
I'm very much a big fan of pepper.
It was so good. It was so warm. Warm? What a stupid thing to say. The cheese was so stringy, which is really fun.
Good morning from Florence.
We're not in Florence. We're in Rome.
Yeah.
All right.
This
is a test.
This is a test. You keep... It's like I've never seen a helicopter before.
Our first stop is Chiesa di Francesi. Our first stop is Luisi. All right, we'll just go.
A lot of the artists who painted...
Is Caravaggio French? That sounds
No,
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
You ripped out my hair. Rude.
But
Anytime.
I don't know the right way to say it.
Well, we just finished exploring the Galleria Doria Pamfi.
But you can get some pretty great views for free. Get your hand off your face.
It's too sunny.
Are you the one smoking?
No.
Well, there's construction blocking our view of stuff, but that's Trajan's thing.
Forum.
This is a test. If you don't want to walk all the way to Trajan's Forum, you can still see ruins pretty close to the central of Paris.
Oh,
This is a test?
This is so testy. It's too sunny for this.
So be having cash. And we can see that our train has not got the walk from the port. Nope, the walk from the train station. The ticket booth you're looking for is travel. The company you're looking for? Oh my gosh. The company you're looking for? Seriously? Ugh, stupid bag.
Is that a test?
This is a test. Like going from Rome to Naples and then taking the ferry to Salerno and then a bus all the way down the coast.
Salerno, right? Sorrento.
Sorrento.
It's not the... There's also the display of a nativity scene. There's also a display of... No. It's too...
It's a sunglasses day.
It is a sunglasses day. Jeremy's wearing white and it's blinding to look at without sunglasses. I'm gonna try it. Okay, that church, whew, it's very...
Positaza.
Hey, look, a cactus. Ouch. We found one of the few clothing stores that smell...
Oh, you are so bright white. Okay. Was there more?
We came to Pesceria Chica. It's like mixed fried fish, and Karin got the fried...
We'll talk about me later.
It's like a mixed fried fish in a little funny... Good morning from the Amalfi Coast.
I wasn't looking at the
Okay,
camera.
great.
This isn't much better.
I'm on the boat and let's go fast and got a nautical theme for beach again.
So the boat got us to Marine. What time did we leave?
Oh, look, a cactus.
Oh!
Behind me are the favorite...
Well, we made it to the top of Monte Solaro. Do you want to say anything about the ride?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? Well, we just got back to Amalfi from our day trip to Capri, and we just wanted to go over a couple things with you.
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, our main dishes have come, and I got the grilled squid. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. I could say calamari, but...
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I got the ravioli with I got the ravioli with mozzarella. Well, technically it's called a raviolo, so whatever. But there are multiple, so it's ravioli. I don't know how that works. Generally, you can buy tickets at a...
Well, the church was nice. Yeah, the doors are really intricate. And other stuff.
Jeremy just said that he feels like a spider's building a web on his face. What? So let's go see what there is. What there is?
What there is to buy?
Yeah.
Going down these stairs kind of reminds me of the Game of Thrones Walk of Shame stairs.
Toilet paper, tissue paper, or Kleenex. Toilet paper, Kleenex. Good morning, friends. Today we're in Milan. We don't have a whole lot of... You say the first part. Oh, P.U.
Anytime?
Anytime.
Okay.
This is a test.
Or no?
I don't know. We've been to our fair share.
One of the more unique and potentially creepy features with
How did it know? How did it know? Do. Let me close it. And some sort of like mixed meat salsa. Is it mushrooms?
Yeah. I got the papripolo.
Papripolo.
Okay.
I don't know what I was going to say.
We had a lot of fun
What was I supposed to say?
I don't know.